Hello, candidates. My name is Dr. Imrul Hassan. I'm a CFA, FRM, and a PhD in finance. I'm also the content director and the instructor here at the Princeton Review CFA Program Self-Paced. This video is due to a lot of different questions that we are getting from our candidates about how to prepare for the exam if my exam got cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Especially my heart goes towards a lot of level 2 and level 3 candidates. Also level 1 candidate who were probably started studying in January, February of 2020. Their June 2020 candidate exam has moved to December, and even a lot of locations, including Canada, where I'm recording this video from, got cancelled. And the exam moved to either February, and for level 2 and 3 candidates have moved to May. This video I will try to discuss of how you can plan your study while you're waiting to write your exam in May or in February. We want to talk about how to plan your study due to these exam cancellations. First of all, why are the test cancellations occurring? June 2020 have been cancelled already, but a lot of December 2020 exams have also been cancelled in many locations around the world. And if you go to this website, you can figure out which locations are impacted. See, and if your location haven't been cancelled yet, rest of the locations are also subject to review due to the precaution and uncertainty. And I won't be surprised if more and more locations getting cancelled for December 2020, given the second wave of COVID-19 is already happening, and Europe and other countries are having South Asia, of course, having a serious issue with COVID-19 pandemic. Also in Canada, where I'm recording the video from, the numbers are increasing significantly. Okay, why these exams are cancelled? Of course, you probably got an email from CFA Institute anyway, but I wanted to talk about this, that the local public health restriction is, of course, one of the biggest reasons why the exams are getting cancelled. Due to that, they don't have enough venues with proper social distancing measures, especially for December 2020 or June. CFA Institute used to have 190 locations around the world, about 190 locations. Of course, they don't have 190 anymore, but in 2021, they have about 400 plus locations. And the exams will be in about 7 to 10 days window. So it's not a specific date in 2020 anymore. So that suddenly increases the number of locations significantly, at least 8 to 9 times compared to what we used to have. So, of course, it's not possible in a very short period of time. That's why the exams are getting cancelled. Unavailability of secured delivery of the exam, because as you know, the exams are still paper-based. So exams need to be delivered from one location to the exam location. That can be a bit complicated given the COVID-19 pandemic around the world, where most logistics are kind of in a halt or getting delayed. And finding proctors to proctor the exam is a big deal too, because proctors are either unwilling or proctors are probably not even allowed to come to the locations. Okay. But like I said, February 21 and onward, other exams, you have more and more test center and the exams are computer based. So it will be a lot easier to administer the exam in 2021. However, without any existing digital test taking options, I think paper-based testing cancellation may continue to occur, and don't be surprised if your location gets cancelled too. So before we talk about how to prepare for your 2020 exam, or if your exam got cancelled and it moved to 2021, at first let's learn how the 2021 exams will look like. Okay. First of all, those are computer-based in about 400 plus location. Level 1 exam will be administered 4 times in a year now instead of 2 times. And you have a 7 to 10 days of exam window. For example, February 2021 exam will be conducted between 23rd to March 1st. A lot of the locations have already been filled up. So candidates are asking me, what if my location capacity is up? So I would recommend just choose a location for now and continuously log in to see if CFA Institute are adding more and more location. As per their website, they're talking to many other locations. The exams are shorter now. So if you are a June 2020 or December 2020 candidate, it was supposed to be 240 questions in 6 hours, but I don't know whether it's a good news or bad news. Now the question numbers are reducing to 180 in 4.5 hours. Personally, I would have preferred a bigger exam, but anyway. Divided into 90 in the morning and 90 in the afternoon. You have the same curriculum. You have the same 1.5 minutes per question, but you have less question. Okay. For some people, it can be a good news because sitting an exam for 6 hours a day can be exhausting. But I would personally prefer to write a 6 hours exam because then I could write more questions and my passing chances would probably be higher. I'm not sure. But for a lot of the students, it's also a good news. You can have an optional 30 minutes break in between the exams. Of course, if you're a June 2020 or December 2020 candidate, it used to be a 2 hours break in between, mandatory, but this break, 30 minutes break, is optional. But you have to take both sessions on the same day. What I heard from my students, that when you register the exam, you actually choose the date and location and the time for both sessions. But you need to make sure that both sessions are on the same day. Another question I get from my students, like, will we have any rough papers to do some rough work? Because the exam is no longer paper-based. The answer is yes. You'll be able to request additional paper or laminated sheet during the course of the exam, but you have to return them and they will get rid of those. For level 2 and level 3 and other exams and different options, check this website, but quickly telling you, level 2 exam are also going to happen twice a year from 2021. Level 3 exam are also going to happen twice a year. Check this website for the timings. And both exams have also moved from 6 hours to 4.5 hours, and they're all computer based. Let me give you an idea that how this new cycle may impact you. Okay. For example, like if you are a level 1 December candidate, you're lucky that say your location did not get canceled. If you pass the level 1, you can write the level 2 exam in May. You're allowed to. Okay. And if you pass, you can write the level 3 exam in November 2021. This is a very positive change from the CFA Institute because it used to take about 3 years to pass all 3 levels. But if you count properly now you can finish CFA exams in about 14 to 15 months, assuming you pass all level in first try. That's very positive from CFA Institute. I wish I had that when I was writing the exam. But look, unfortunately, if you fail level 1 in December, you cannot, you have to have a minimum 5 to 6 months gap between exams because CFA Institute wants you to prepare well. So you can't really write in May anymore, remember, sorry, in February, what I mean, because the next exam is in February, but you cannot write in February. If you fail, you have to write in May. So look, everywhere you have about, even though there is a level 2 gonna happen in August, you can't write level 2 in August because you need to have about 6 months gap. If you fail level 2 in May, you have to go to level 2 in February. But if you're a level 1 candidate in February, this is how it's going to proceed. I think it's easy to track now. By the way, in 2021, I want to clarify the level 2 is a bit weird. Okay, in 2021, level 2 will be administered in May. And I think in November. But from 2022 onward, level 2 and 3 both will be administered in February and I think also in November. So this May exam is one time only. Okay, don't get confused. Anyway, going back to the cycle, that if you write level 2 exam in February 2021, pass the exam, you can write level 2 in August. And again, level 3 in May, and you pass in 14 to 15 months. If you fail, you have to wait minimum 5 to 6 months. Okay, same for May 2021 people. What about if you are a level 2 candidate of December 2020, and if you're one of those lucky candidates whose exam did not get canceled? If your exam did get canceled, my heart goes towards you, because I know level 2 and 3 candidates, I have a lot of students that I'm teaching are really worried because they have been preparing since, a lot of them are preparing since January or February of 2020, right? Because your exam have moved to May. But if you're still writing in December 2020, that's how the cycle will look like. But the reason I told all of my 2020 candidates that even if you fail the December exam, they're letting you write in May. So that's a special exam in level 2 that they're allowing you to write without that 6-month gap between two exams. Okay. But if you're level 2 candidate writing in May, just follow the cycle and you know exactly when you can pass or write your level 3. And if you're a level 3 candidate for December 2020, and if you're lucky, write the exam, then get your 4 years experience and get the charter. If you fail, May is an option next year. And like a lot of my candidates that I'm teaching in Canada, their exam got canceled. So of course they're writing in May. And if you fail the exam in May, the next time you can write in November, which is a positive thing from CFA Institute, because level 2 and 3 used to be administered only once a year. So these students had to wait, let's say, for 1 more year to write the exam. But you don't have to. Some of the major concerns from the candidates or questions that we are hearing from the candidate are, is the curriculum is staying the same? Yep. As per CFA Institute, the 2020 exams for all levels, level 1, 2, and 3, will be tested on 2020 materials. Okay, another question we're facing is, will Princeton Review extend my subscription? We'll talk about this in a bit. Will this extra time impact the passing rate of the exam? Likely not, but we'll also talk about this. Will the exam be harder? Who knows, depending on candidates or their anxiety level, but we'll talk about this too. I'm worried about forgetting staffs what to do. And I have a lot of extra time. Should I just wait and then study in fall? Or let's say, or winter, what should I do? Let's see if you're level 2 candidate, what should you do? Do you study, stop studying and go in February, March? What should you do? Okay, let's see. First of all, impact on TPR CFA Self-Paced product, or Princeton Review product. Will TPR extend the access? Yes. First of all, our self-paced program comes with 1-year access anyway. Which means if you join the program now, let's say in October, you have access till next October anyway. But if for any reason your exam get canceled, those will also be accommodated as we receive more information from CFA Institute. But if you're worried, always call us at 1-800-2-REVIEW and we'd be happy to answer and help as much as we can. To accommodate the candidates due to this COVID-19 pandemic, we are also offering a 14-day partial free review for our level 1 self-paced program, which means you can buy the program, see the videos, drills, and everything for 14 days, and then decide you want to stay or not. We're also offering free access to 50 trickiest questions for CFA Level 1 exam. We recently also launched Level 1 CFA Live online classes to help candidates prepare better for the exam. Our product comes with a pass guarantee, of course, with certain conditions, such as you need to watch all the videos, you need to read all the notes, and you need to do all the drills, which is more than 2,000 practice questions. And even after that, if you fail the exam, as long as you can prove it, your money will be returned. Okay, these are some of the new measures that we have taken to reduce the anxiety of our students as much as we can. Let's talk about the passing rate and the difficulty level. Will the pass rate be higher given that we have more time now? Difficult to answer. I don't think it will. And let me explain how CFA Institute actually measures this passing rate. Okay, same process in setting the minimum passing score for the exam. We normally say at the Princeton Review, based on our experience, let's say in level 1, If you get about 70% questions correct, we can almost guarantee you will pass. Passing is probably about 65, 66%, but just to be sure, 70%. CFA Institute never mentioned this. We just guessed from our experience. And the main objective of the CFA Institute is to have a consistent standard competency level across every year, right? So your passing score depends on not only your own score, it depends on the exam difficulty as well as other candidates' demonstrated competency. For example, I believe the way they confirm that you're going to pass, it depends on whoever got the highest mark, and you go from that percentile and come below. So pass rates may fluctuate as it does every year, COVID-19 or not, doesn't matter. Will the exam be harder? Let me explain that too. First of all, CFA Institute's objective is to measure the mastery of the topics, and that objective did not change and would not change. First of all, the curriculum size didn't change, but you know that the 6 hours exam has gone to 4.5 hours. But let's say for level 1, I'm talking about level 1. Level 2 and 3 also have gone to 4.5 hours. But I'm giving you example from level 1. You still have the same 1.5 minutes per question, which means you write less questions, right? So like I said, personally for me, I would like to write a 6 hours exam maybe, because then I have a better chance of passing because I'm answering more questions. I'm a PhD, so I've written an 8 hours exam before for my PhD comprehensive exam. So for me, it's not a big deal. For a lot of students, 6 hours exam can be hectic. Maybe 4.5 hours can be easier for them. Right? I don't like writing exam on a computer, but I'm a bit older than you guys. So you guys probably will write the computer-based exam more than I do, right? And that's why it's difficult to say, because it depends on so many situations. Until we get enough data from 2021 exams, we don't really know how the students feel like writing a computer-based test. But in terms of topics, will it get harder? Not really. Every year, CFA exams are probably, I'm very proud to be a CFA because of that reason. It's definitely going to test your brain. It will definitely going to measure the mastery of every topic. So will it get harder because of pandemic? Topic-wise, no. But experience-wise, probably. How should you proceed with the preparation then? That's probably one of the key questions that everyone is asking us. First of all, you have options. You have more time to study. You can afford to take a short 2 to 3 weeks break, spend time with your family, maintain the social or physical distancing, and maybe just hang out with your family and figure out what you're gonna do, right? If your December exam got canceled, okay, so do not stop completely though. My recommendation is you divide the exam into 2 parts, okay? You divide your preparation into 2 parts. First, finish reading everything by mid-December and then take a break. That's what my recommendation gonna be. You have the Christmas and you also spend more time with family, okay? Then step 2, you ramp back up in January. Consider taking the Princeton Review live online class if needed. Those are very short, condensed, and to the point, where the students or the experts are telling you what's important and what's not for the exam. Okay, look, take this positively. If your December exam got canceled, you have chance to practice more now. Work on more and more deals, really go deep. How to access more deals? CFA Institute gives you 6 half marks. You guys are lucky. We used to get 2. But at Princeton Review, we're also giving you 4 extra half marks. Really go deep means not only read the blue box questions in the actual book, not only read the actual book, maybe sometimes it's a waste of time. Another way of going deep is to watching videos by experts, okay? At Princeton Review, we have about 50 plus hours of videos where instructors, very experienced CFA instructors, are telling you what's important, what's not for the actual CFA exam. Okay, we have a free extension on your CFA Self-Paced course already, which means, first of all, our courses have 1 year access anyway. And if future cancellations happen, like we just said, we'll be extending your access as we go. If you're lucky, you're writing the exam in December 2020. Assume that your December 2020 paper-based exam and your February 2021 computer-based test will go ahead. Just simply assume. That's what I would do if I'm a candidate. I know it's hard to assume, but that's what I would do. What's the worst can happen if you assume this? If the exams are on, you'll be ready for it, which is amazing. But if the exams get canceled for any reason due to the second wave or whatever reason, I think the chances of February 2021 exam getting canceled is very, very, very low. Okay. But look, if you keep preparing, you're still prepared. That's the worst thing that can happen to you. You just have more time to practice now if exam get canceled. Okay. So your level 2-3 exam plans may get delayed a little bit, but we already talked about different options before that, but you can think about this later. Okay. The reason I'm saying this, the reason I'm asking to assume this, I've been teaching CFA candidates for over 8 years now. Waiting until the last minute and cramming is not an option for CFA exam. CFA exam cannot be crammed. The curriculum is huge. So take the extra time to start studying at more thorough but spread out pace, which means study slowly, finish reading by December 15th, like I said, then take a break and ramp it up back again January. And if you need help, you can also get the live online class or any other prep course that you more convenient to you. This will help to improve retention and make the overall time commitment, like CFA Institute recommends 300 hours. At Princeton Review, we promise 150 hours. Whatever it is, that time commitment would be more manageable. Okay. Evaluate supplemental resources like Princeton Review Self-Paced Program and additional test prep options. TPR is always ready to help if you have any question. Some concluding remarks. Like if postponing the CFA is the worst thing that happened to you, then you just got away very, very lightly. The whole world is going through a pandemic. We're seeing number of deaths are increasing. Number of cases in Europe are going up a lot. So people lost their loved ones. But if the worst thing that happened to you during this pandemic is that your exam got postponed, you actually got away very lightly. Think positively, okay? Do not completely stop the preparation, like I said, spread it out. Divide the prep into 2 parts. Right now, just read and later ramp it up in January, I guess. Slow down a little, learn the technical stuff, go deep, and do more and more practice. Of course, Princeton Review can help. If you have not registered for the exam, please do, because the job markets are drying up. So invest in your human capital now. But look, I guess more and more investment banks are planning to hire people who can work from home now. But the only way they know, and you give the signal to them that you're ready to get the job and ready to get the job done, is to become a CFA candidate. So if you have not registered for the exam, please do so. Okay. Do not miss a communication from CFA Institute or the Princeton Review. Keep an eye on TPR live online classes and other CFA products as we announce those. If you're writing the exam in 2021, if your exam got postponed from June 2020 to December and then December to again 2021, so I can only tell you this, and maybe you divide this study into 2 parts. Take a break, a little bit won't hurt. At the same time, I just want to tell you that we feel for you. And as a candidate, I would never want my exam to be postponed or anything like that, because this is a very vigorous exam. So look at this positively, practice a lot, get help from Princeton Review if you need to get more practice questions that you can answer at your free times. And that's the only way you can make yourself better. Okay. So with this, I want to wish you good luck.